Good morning, everyone. You're watching the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities, and I'm Boom San Agustin. This is SME Forum. Good morning again, everyone. As you can see, it's just me and Alvin here. Hey, Alvin, do you have anything to say before we start?
Yeah, it feels strange to be sitting on this side.
Yeah, well, it is strange. Well, it's strange seeing you on that side, really. Where we usually have about two guests.
Yeah.
Why is that, Alvin? I mean, why are we doing this today?
Because we have a lot to discuss. I mean, we'll be sharing what we learned.
Yeah.
And we will be sharing also our fearless forecast.
Yes.
For the year 2011.
Exactly. We'll be sharing to you some trends we feel will make waves in 2011. All right. So it'll be a countdown. We call it our top 10 SME business trends for 2011. All right. So, so let's get things started, right?
Yeah. First of all, let's discuss what did we learn from last year.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's start with
a few short months. I mean,
yeah, a few short months. We started August. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. August 2, we started our first show.
Wow, you remember it clearly.
Yes,
August
2.
Yeah,
that's our anniversary right now. But August 2 next year, we're gonna have a rockin' show. Okay.
Right.
So I remember that we had a really good guest at that time. Two really good guests.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were one is an author.
Yeah.
And another one is a real estate investor.
A young millionaire.
Yeah, a young millionaire. Okay, Eden Alemania. Okay, Dairit. She's Dairit now.
Yeah.
She just got married, right? Okay.
Yeah, but we have to set that straight.
And then Larry Gamboa, author of Think Rich Pinoy. Okay,
yeah.
So we had the very first day we had two rockin' guests, and we talked about deciding to get into business. What are the factors that make people decide to get into business? All right. So, what have we learned during that time? What did they say? What did they teach us? Well, they said that you have to discover your risk appetite. They also advised us that it's not good to just jump into a business. That you have to really study it very well. Okay. And then what was our second? I think that was the one with Bjorn and Pete.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. The second was about why we get into business, what business we should take, okay, and that we had a lot of advice.
Depending on several factors like your skill, your background, and all that. So we just breezed through the hour with those two guests.
Yes, exactly. And then of course we had a series on how to make money and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just ask you, Alvin, which one was your favorite show?
Well, it's kind of tough to choose. Like, every single guest had certain points that struck me. Like, well, I remembered when we guested Raju Mandan.
Yeah, Raju. Yeah.
He was mentioning that it's so the people think that it's tough to start a business here.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps it's true because of the paperwork, but once you get started, it's easier to do business here than anywhere else in the world. And that really hit me.
Yeah.
And now I'm more inspired than ever to do it because once I start, I can get going.
Oh, okay. So Raju was like our guest for that topic on entrepreneurs. Yeah, I mean foreigners doing business in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay, and he was guested along with Mr. Mika Dorshon.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. We have to pronounce it correctly because Mika's probably watching right now. Hi, Mika. Okay, so, and they told us something that was very positive about the Philippines and doing business in the Philippines, that it actually changed a lot of our perceptions. Most Filipinos will probably say, bulok ang negosyo dito sa Pilipinas, pero
mahirap, magulo, and all that.
Tapos coming from somebody from the outside
who has done business elsewhere.
Yes, and doing business here.
Yeah.
To say all these positive things about the Philippines was something else, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like what I said during that episode, I learned a lot about my own country from foreigners.
From foreigners,
and that was really cool.
It's good to see it from a different perspective, right? Okay, so let me see. If you have any questions, by the way, guests, all right? We have a number down here. You can see it. Okay, and the number is 0932 217-5759. And please indicate your name and location so we can acknowledge you. All right? And of course, these questions, we'll try to answer them all. I would like to apologize because there are several questions that came after our last show also. And there were several more that came the week after.
During reruns.
Yeah, during reruns. And I'm not able to answer all of them. That is actually my phone you're looking at right there. And I try to answer as many of them as I can, but it's simply impossible for me to do so. I should hire an assistant just to answer those things. What do you think, Alvin?
Yeah, or maybe we can post them on Facebook, on our Facebook page.
Oh yeah, that's a great. Okay, you can also.
We'll do that starting today.
Yeah, right. Well, tell them about our Facebook page.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page. It's called SME Forum. No, it's facebook.com/SME Forum. Just like that page, and if you have comments, suggestions, send them over, and we actually read every single one.
Yeah, we do.
Every single comment, yeah.
Everything. Okay. Although we encourage people to be entrepreneur about it, we'd like also to ask you not to post too many ads. One or two is okay. All right, on the Facebook page, it's okay, but not every other week. I mean every week. And it's it comes out a little negative sometimes.
Yeah.
But we don't discourage you from posting on our page.
Yeah.
All right. So just write. If you have a comment, it's even better. We'll enable our discussion board for that one.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we'll enable the discussion board. I'll try to make it a big feature already in the page.
Wow. Yeah. Right. I'll do that. I'll help you out with that.
Yeah. Right. All right. Okay. So
do we go to the top 10?
No, we're you just said your favorite. I haven't said mine.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. How selfish of me. No kidding. Now, what was your favorite among all the shows?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, I love them all. I mean, I learned a lot. Folks, I am an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I have my own business, but doing this show has actually taught me a lot, and learning from people who are doing other businesses as well. In fact, we have an entire lineup for next year, and it's some people are actually asking us already to be guests on the show.
Okay.
But we try to select the guests also not because you're worse off or but somebody who can voice the topic that we have the best. That's how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what
really all of, I mean, anything that struck you?
Well, okay. What struck me was it's the stock market. The last episode we had, the stock market.
With Aya.
Yeah, with Aya. That was that was a revelation for me because I didn't realize all the potential SMEs had in the stock market. Okay, and how we can actually register our businesses there. We can get into the stock market and all of that. And that was something new for me. Okay, although everybody brought something new to the floor, this one was actually absolutely zero from ground zero here. All I did was invest in stocks, but I've never really taken notice of how I would how I would register in stocks.
Yeah, you're registering your business.
Not yet, but we will eventually.
And I will buy your stocks. I mean, I will buy shares.
Oh yeah, of course you can buy it.
Business.
All right. Yeah. No, I was thinking of the other businesses as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, multiple businesses.
No, cool. just two. Right. But what about you?
I'm a freelancer, so I'm an underground type of guy. But I'll register my businesses starting next year.
All right. Okay.
Which is a month from now. January. Yeah.
Oh, it's next year.
It's
that's why we're talking about.
Yes.
What we're going to talk about now?
Yeah, about
the top 10.
Top 10 businesses of 2011.
Top 10 businesses. Top 10 SME business trends. Or these are not exactly businesses. These are trends. Okay, and you can put your business. You can fit your business into a certain trend. Okay, like this first one we have, actually the number 10 on the slot, Alvin.
Let's see. According to your intensive research,
yes, it was
temporary services. Now, what did you mean when you said temporary services?
Temporary service. Wait. Before I answer that, you said my intensive research.
Yeah.
I would like to thank those that have helped me with the research. My contacts in DTI and also in the census.
Oh wow! You
Yeah,
tapped them
Philippine
too.
census, and we got some data from there also. We also got some help from our from people from sme.com.ph. All right,
Oh, cool.
and a lot of other consultants that we had the pleasure of meeting in our show and outside our show have helped us put together a list of top 10 trends for 2011. This was not taken lightly, folks. I have had sleepless nights compiling all the data. All right, so the first one you mentioned was temporary services. Now, what is a temporary service? Temporary service is basically this. You need a plumber right now. You have an emergency. Okay? So what do?
Okay.
You don't know any plumber, right? You go to the yellow pages. Chances are these guys are
Not listed.
Yeah, not listed. Okay, so what do? You try to go outside, look at all these
Yeah.
boards and tubero. Okay, call 09. Tapos-
Problem is you don't know
yeah.
them.
You don't know them. Tapos magnanakaw pala.
Naku.
Patay, di ba?
Stop, okay.
It happens.
Yeah,
It
it
happens. So how do you make sure you're safe? And how do you make sure you get the emergency you want? A temporary service is a service that links all of these people together, and these temporary employees,
Yeah.
and then services you. The company, therefore, absorbs the responsibility for this temporary service.
They vouch for these people.
Exactly.
Right?
They're probably asked to give NBI and police clearances, and they're probably insured as well.
Yeah.
From
Plus, their
any-
skills are certified, so to speak.
Sort of.
They have been tested before.
Yes, and there are a few businesses out there that are already doing it for bike messengers.
Oh yeah.
Would you believe wedding planners?
Oh okay.
Yes.
Wow.
People who actually buy gifts. You can hire a person to buy gifts.
Yeah, a personal shopper.
Yeah, personal shopper. Okay, and then you can actually you can also get temporary maid service, like one day.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think some of the manpower agencies are also venturing into this. If you have an existing manpower agency, you'd probably want to look into this as well.
Oh, good idea. Might as well, right? You have the resource, the database, and all.
Yeah, and everything. So, temporary services are increasing now because nobody wants to hire people full time anymore. Okay, so temporary services, these are mostly menial jobs.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. All right. So what's number 9?
Okay, number 9.
Virtual.
Yeah. Okay, number 9
Virtuality.
in our countdown.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this next year, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's virtuality.
What do you mean by that?
No, what do you think I mean by that?
Well, I know what you mean, but I mean, okay, the virtual offices and virtual assistants.
Yes, exactly. Virtual. What do you? I mean, virtual. Let's take a look at the word
Yeah.
virtual.
These are not holograms. Like,
No, these are not holograms. Okay, they are.
they're real people,
Yeah,
real
they're-
offices.
Uh-huh.
But the term virtual,
Exactly.
what does it mean?
Virtual means these are temporary offices or people or like for me for instance, I have a virtual office
Okay.
in Makati.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I don't go to that office, but that's listed as my office for my business. All right, I can use that virtual office to transact business, to register my business.
Oh,
Okay, and in fact, the virtual office has a phone line,
Uh-huh.
fax line, even internet that you can use and access for yourself. It's very cheap because if you were to actually rent an office,
At a prestigious location, like
like Makati,
yeah.
exactly. If you were actually to rent an office there, ang pinakamura na yata is 40,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
pinakamura. While compared to a virtual office, you get it for like 1,000, 2,000 bucks a month.
Yeah, that's a low risk.
Yeah, that's pretty low, and then you can just mash it up later.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Eventually, if you need an office, you can once your business is grown, you can get an office.
But
All right.
not interesting. And the virtual assistants are these,
Virtual assistants are a different form. Okay, there are different services, but what they do basically is scheduling. It's
Okay.
like your own personal secretary.
Okay.
Okay, but she's not located in your office.
Oh,
She's
okay.
located in cyberspace. she or he
Okay.
is located in cyberspace, and they could be different people
as
as well, right?
Different people doing different
Different
doing
hours.
different tasks.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, if I were to hire a virtual assistant, I wouldn't. I would be hiring the company providing for the virtual assistant, and then they would actually, if I wanted a 24-hour service, they could actually give it to me. But there are different people taking charge of that. And the good thing is that you never, if the assistant resigns, you always have another one right there, and they know exactly what to do because they have a program, so they know exactly what your schedule is the next day. It's all turned over properly.
That's cool. It feels safe. Because,
yes, and then if you call somebody, if you call me, for instance, you can even have that service added. If they call a certain number, the virtual assistant answers. It can happen that way as well.
Frees you up to do other stuff.
Yes, and they can actually even call for you. Not just here, even outside. In fact, in the US alone, virtual assistants are becoming, have grown in 2010 by a staggering 40% increase in the use of virtual assistants.
In 1 year alone?
In 1 year. So
promising, very promising.
Very promising, and they haven't even tapped the entire market yet. And the Philippines is very, they like hiring Filipinos because we know the language. We come cheap,
right. Relatively
cheap, and we know the culture.
All
right. So now
that's about virtuality. That's number 9. Right?
That's number 9.
Number 8 would be franchising.
Oh, we talked about franchising.
Yeah.
Now, why is it only number 8?
I don't know. Actually, franchising is an old business, but why is it still promising? Well, what do you think?
Well, it's very promising because there are anything right now. Almost anything can be franchised.
Yeah.
And if you want something that's less risky, you get into a franchise. But like our friend Rudolph Kotick told us in a previous show, catch that show on franchising. If the franchise is below 100,000, it probably isn't advisable. It's probably you might have to look at it twice. Okay, and there are businesses that don't really need to be franchised. Like there are certain food businesses. Yes, that
without naming specifics,
that are not, because if you have to franchise something, you have to be, name recognition is important.
Exactly.
But there are certain businesses that don't need name recognition, and you can put it up so long as your place is good. You don't even need to buy a franchise for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent advice.
Advice. But franchising is only number 8. In the countdown.
We have several more, 7 more to be specific.
Yes, because because some people have actually felt bad about certain franchise companies. Like Rudolph said, there are scams being perpetrated in franchise companies, so be very careful. Okay, and that is why it slipped. The franchise business is actually maintaining a very high level, but certain trends are showing that it's going to flatten out this year. All right, which is still pretty good. But be very careful of scams in franchising. Remember those? I forget the 3 Philippine FIFA is one of them, and then Philippine Franchise Authority (PFA) and AF.
Association of Philippine Franchisers.
Yes, Association of Philippine Franchisers. So only the 3 recognized groups are available. But hey, I think we're coming to a break.
Yeah.
That was fast.
That was great. We only went through 3.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to go through the 7. Okay. So we're going to go through those 7 more, but in the when we come back. All right. So I always get this way when it comes to that.
The breaks. You want to keep talking.
Yeah, I want.
You don't like breaks.
I don't like breaks. Really. Do you like breaks?
Unfortunately, we have to.
No, that's fortunate actually. Sometimes people have to breathe also.
Oh yeah,
right. And you have to breathe, right? Do you?
I don't know.
Sometimes.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right. So let's go on a commercial break.
Okay, so we're going on a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be running down the top 7.
Okay.
The top 7 business trends for SMEs in 2011. Back to you guys. Welcome back to the Business Portal. You're watching SME Forum, and I'm Boom San Agustin with Alvin Tan. And we're running down the top 10 business trends for SMEs in 2011. All right, we already, just to review, we already said temporary businesses.
Number 10.
Yes, number 10. Then virtual services.
Yep.
And then we had, what was number 8?
Franchising.
Franchising. Okay, so just to tell you, we had a few others. There were a lot of other industries coming into the trends, but these were the top 10 that we picked. All right, this is our pick for the top 10. All right, and number 7 will be
learning services.
Learning services.
What do you mean by that?
Learning services, education. You know, the Filipinos right now are different. The mentality of Filipinos right now are very much different from just a few years ago. All right, a long time when I first became a trainer in the 1990s, everybody was saying, training.
Okay.
Training. What's that? They wouldn't care to pay for training. Only the corporations, and they usually hired them in-house. If you were an external trainer, if you were a freelance trainer at that time, life was not that easy. Okay, and people could afford to pay in-house. Okay. But lately, people have been seeing that they need to improve. Okay, and
in various aspects.
Yes, in various aspects, communication skills, financial skills, everything. So when people see this trend, some have actually come in and out of their own pocket paid for training. That's why public seminars now are getting bigger. And but the reason why this is only at number 7 is that it's not an easy business also to get into because it's highly skilled.
Yeah.
All right, you have to go through a lot before you can get into a learning service. But there are other learning services that can be built, like learning services for technical skills. All right, and for government certified learning services. All right, the government certifications usually come from outsourced private teachers, and that's how you can get into that. And just look into all of that. That's a very large scope. You have to look into anything that you can get into for learning. It's still very lucrative. All right, and number 6 would be...
Number 6 is language training.
Okay, this is a highly skilled based, but why is it separate from just the learning services?
Yeah, why is it separate?
Okay, language training is fast becoming an industry on its own. Why? Because it's not just locally that you're training.
Yeah.
Okay, you're training people abroad, and we have one of the biggest language training bases in the world, because the Philippines is we're probably, from what I heard now in call centers, we're already number 1.
Wow, really?
Yes.
In terms of language training?
No, not just in terms of language, in terms of English speaking. Okay, so naturally, there was news that China is opening up its doors now to language training, and they would like their entire population, can you imagine that? The entire Chinese population to learn English.
Over 1 billion people.
Yes. That will definitely fuel language training for the next 100 years or so.
100 years?
Yeah, definitely. So, and who is the main proponent for language training? Is the Philippines.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching. Okay, so it's a really big business. It's something you can start at your home right now.
Well, okay, as soon as I get home, I'll
you
look into
can
that.
do it. Right? You can. It's something you need a good internet connection.
Yeah.
And if you know some people, you can actually contract and have it done. All right, it's a pretty good business. But of course, there are others that will probably. There are other aspects you will probably have to look into, like foreign partners and stuff like that. But it is definitely something worth looking into. And really,
now, we're
number
down to
5. Yeah, number 5 is
copywriting, writing, editing.
Yeah, writing, copywriting, and editing. This is an offshoot of language training.
Okay.
See, we're getting from learning to language training to copywriting. Why? Because people still because English is now considered the language of business in a globalized society. So, people need to send their messages clearly.
Okay.
I've seen so many badly written memos, you'd hardly know what they were trying to say. And if this was misread or misconstrued, millions of dollars worth of deals could probably get lost, just like that. So you need people to edit your work, maybe people to write your work, maybe people to translate it, and that's part of copywriting.
Okay.
To translate certain works. All right. So this industry is growing, and it's right now it's an underground industry. It really is because
freelancers abound.
Yeah, freelancers abound. Okay, so there are many people actually partaking of these services from abroad, and they're contracting freelancers to do that. All right, so it's
huge
highly
potential.
I'll just tell you, there was a time when I took this as full time. I was working at home, and I was earning something like 40 to 45,000 a month on language on writing and copywriting.
Working from home, not bad at all.
Yeah, and so it actually helped me during times when I didn't have projects. So this is if I can do it at this level, right? There are a lot of other people actually doing it right now. All right, so
we're down to number 4.
We're down to number 4 already.
Yeah.
Number 4, really?
Number 4 is
a
trio: outsourcing, insourcing, and offshoring.
Outsourcing, insourcing, and offshoring.
What's the difference?
Okay, let me tell you what the difference is. Okay, outsourcing is actually the main thing. The outsourcing is when let's say you want to have your accounting done or your bookkeeping done.
Okay.
All right. You go to me. Let's say I'm an accountant or a bookkeeper, and you outsource that to me. So it's just a client-supplier relationship. Right
Instead
there.
of me hiring an in-house accountant,
yes,
I go to you.
Yes, you and then you pay me per job.
Okay.
Okay, that's outsourcing.
Okay.
Insourcing is when you have a client.
Okay.
Let's say you have a client, and then you're a company, let's say, that provides training.
All right. Okay.
And then you have a client that needs training, but you don't give the training yourself. You hire somebody else to give the training for that client.
And you do that, right?
Yeah, we do that. I do insourcing a lot. Okay, and also you do that. All right. And I know several companies that actually do that, and it's very lucrative because the costs are very low for insourcing.
The cost for whom?
For the person doing the insourcing. All right. If you want to have it done with other people, then you can tap on the skills of others. Okay, you don't necessarily need to do it yourself.
Okay.
All right. So this is insourcing. Now, offshoring is actually both outsourcing and insourcing, except in a foreign country.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're going to get your service from a foreign country, then it's offshoring. But offshoring is not. We don't usually get our services from other countries. They usually get it from us. So they're the ones offshoring.
We provide the service.
We provide the services.
We meaning the Philippines, not us.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we do
not
too.
necessarily.
We do too. Actually, writing. Technical writing, bookkeeping, accounting, web development, even English training, all of these can be outsourced or offshored.
Okay.
All right? And so we bundled them up into one, and you can actually offshore them to other countries.
Interesting.
Yes. It's a possibility. Used to be when we had the call centers, you had to spend so much to do this. Nowadays, you don't have to spend that much. If it's not heavy on VoIP, all you need is an internet connection.
And huge potential as well.
Yes, huge
That's
potential.
why it's at number 4.
That's why it's at number 4. And number 3
Number 3 would be C to C. What do these letters and numbers and number mean?
Okay, C to.
Okay.
Wait.
Is this a boy band of yours?
To C, right?
Is this your boy band or something?
No. That's not a boy band.
Please explain.
All right. C to C businesses. Okay, that means consumer to consumer businesses. Okay, now if you provide, let's give you first. Maybe you probably don't know what C to C is. let's see, do you know eBay?
Of course, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, you know eBay, right?
Okay.
In eBay, you, as a consumer, get to sell your products on eBay,
Okay.
and you can get to buy products from other consumers, right? So that's a C2C business. Okay, if you can provide a platform now for C2C businesses, together with the social network aspects of like Facebook,
Twitter
and all of those
blogging,
other, all of those, if you combine that with your C2C business, then you probably have a very lucrative business right now, because people buy and people sell every day.
Yeah.
Every day it's just tremendous. Okay, but if you can provide a good platform that's very interactive, then it's very lucrative. The reason why it's only at number three. The reason it's only at number 3 is because that the platform is probably pretty heavy on the cost side. Okay, to develop that type of platform. But if you're an IT entrepreneur already, you can probably do that from home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's one C2C that's pretty good.
Okay.
And it's Filipino.
What's that?
Sulit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sulit.com.ph, or is it sulit.ph?
.com.ph.
.com.ph. Okay, so they are a very good C2C business
as a platform.
Okay, and you can do that also. There are many people trying it out, but you have the trick there is marketing and SEO. Okay, search engine optimization.
We hope to invite Mr. Ryan David.
Yeah.
Sulit.com.ph.
Yeah,
to be a guest. Yeah.
Mr. Ryan David,
Yeah.
if you're actually watching this, we hope to invite you soon to tell us more about the C2C platform.
Yeah. If our viewers want to, I mean, they can clamor for it.
Yeah,
Clamor
but you
for
know,
it.
you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it alone. I mean, like for instance, in our business, Alvin, I have certain talents and certain skills that people can use,
Okay.
and then my partner, like Jeff and
Yeah.
JP and Gwen and Jason, these people have their own talents that they can bring to the table,
Okay.
and we form the corporation.
All right.
So you don't have to do it alone. Okay, if you have a good idea, try to find people that will complement you.
All right.
All right, but don't just spill the beans all on the table. You know, there are other unscrupulous people also who will probably steal your idea. All right, so be very careful. All right.
Wow. After that warning, let's move to number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah. Number 2 is
Number
green
2.
businesses.
I love this one.
Why do you love green businesses?
Green businesses. Okay, what's a green business? Anything that helps, that'll make money and still help the environment.
Double win.
Yeah, double win. Okay, what are the potential green businesses we have? The number 1 actually is recycling. It's something you can do. I heard of this barangay in Quezon City.
Okay.
They get your garbage, okay? They collect the garbage naturally, okay? They always collect garbage, right? But instead of just dumping it, what they do is they segregate the plastics, okay? And from the biodegradables,
Okay.
like foodstuffs and everything. That's a dirty job, okay?
Literally.
Literally. Now the plastics, they turn into bricks.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was actually featured in several shows, not here, of course, but we should feature them later on.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
they create bricks, and these bricks are selling. The barangay is earning something like 2 to 4 million pesos a month on this business alone. And then the food stuff, they turn into fertilizers.
Oh,
Yeah, they call it black gold, because once it's processed already, once they put soil on it and everything, it turns black, really black. Then it's a very good fertilizer for them. Another thing you can do is you can. We have a text message.
All right. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's from your ending phone number is 6826. Okay, and of course we didn't get your name, but thank you for texting. You said, how can I get more information about the topics on your show? Well, later you can join us on SME on Facebook. Okay, that's www.facebook.com/SME SME Forum. Okay? Like that page, and we'll be posting our tip boxes there.
Yeah.
We'll be posting articles that we've written. We'll be posting some useful articles, and we'll be posting videos of this show actually, and the shows we have. You can look at all our shows from the very beginning there.
Archived.
Yeah, it's archived in Facebook right now. Soon we'll have a website of our own, and we'll be keeping you posted on that one.
All right. Awesome.
All right. Now going back to the recycling.
The green.
Yeah, the green business. Okay. To the recycling. Well, what we do basically, there are a lot of things that can be recycled. Did you know that the compost waste produces methane? Okay,
that's the smelly stuff. Right?
That's the smell. No, actually, yeah, it's smelly. It's the thing that when you light up, it'll okay. So, but methane is a very good fuel, and it's also very good. You can also cook with methane. Okay, so everything is here, great, right? Except that we don't do it. Now, why am I saying you can do this? You say maybe government should do it. No, actually, governments contract people to haul their garbage. If you can even offer government a place where to put the garbage, and you can recycle it, the government will take that. They rent the lots that they dump in. Okay, they rent the trucks that they use. You can actually make this a business. And you don't have to have big trucks too. You can have smaller trucks to go through other things.
Wow, it's literally money in gold. So now we're down to the last
one.
All right, number one is, let's see, agriculture.
Okay, now
this is strange, right? So you really have to explain this.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's the thing. Many people have said, "Boom, don't put agriculture as number one."
And why did you put it as number one?
Well, first of all, we are an agricultural country. Okay, we are first and foremost an agricultural country.
Okay.
I went around, right today I'm going to Cavite. We went around to Nueva Ecija, to several parts of the Philippines, and I saw many barren agricultural land.
Sayang.
A huge potential. I'm just telling you, a certain country, well, I'll name it. Okay, Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Okay, they export 3 times as much coconut products as the Philippines does.
Oh.
But we are huge compared to Sri Lanka. We have much more land, much more farmlands than Sri Lanka, and yet their exports are bigger than ours in terms of agriculture.
Okay.
The reason for this is that people have to start thinking about agriculture. We have to develop this segment because it's so underdeveloped. We can develop it, well, basically, most of the money that the frustration that people feel in agriculture is about corruption. A lot about corruption. So, not just in government, cartels and stuff like that, right? So it's pretty hard. But you can actually do it in your backyard. In Korea and Japan right now, which are not agricultural nations, they export tomatoes. They export fruits. Where do they grow it? Hydroponics in their backyards.
And they just collect.
Yes, and you can do it here better than you can do it there. And why aren't we doing it?
Oh, okay.
So agriculture is the number one in terms of potential, because you can actually do it right at the back of your home, and we just don't do it. Our basic is laziness right now, right?
Okay.
So we're ending the show. Our tip box, by the way, will not be shown today. But we will post it on the Facebook page. All right. So let's give.
I'd like to note though that of course we were talking about the top 10. These are just our fearless forecasts, but we'd like to hear your opinion on it. So please share and please inform us if you say that agriculture should not be number one and this industry has potential, and we'd love to hear that.
Yes,
and
exactly.
so the others would know about them too, right?
Yes.
So please. Comment,
yeah.
Like first, then comment.
Now I'll enable the discussion page. Okay. I'll put it there, and then you can actually comment on the topic we have. Just go connect with us, facebook.com/SME Forum. All right. Now we've come to the end of the show
for the year.
Merry Christmas, people. Merry Christmas. Happy 2011. Okay, so. It's been a good year, man.
Yeah, and it will be an even better year next year.
Yeah, it will be. Because, when it comes to business, it's not about perfection. It's about connection. This is Boom San Agustin. This is SME Forum. Have a prosperous 2011, and I'll see you next year. Guys. All right.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, right.